Hi everybody, Judy Tuttle here with Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm excited to be with you here today. It's been a feverish afternoon. I've got a lot going on. I have a Super Saturday event on Saturday that I'm really excited about. I've got a lot of cutting and bagging and packaging to get ready for that. I have my friend Brenda coming over to help me with all of that, which is always nice to have a friend to help, right? And I had a swap I needed to get out, and it's just been a super busy morning. But I'm super excited to be with you here today. I have a fun card made with the Mixed Media Floral Suite, and I can't wait to show it to you. So thanks for coming in, either on Facebook or on YouTube. I should be live on both right now. When you get here, let me know you're here so I can say hi to you. Tell us where you're from. So fun when things connect, when people connect on my Facebook Lives. I love that. Hi, Lori Kemp. Thanks. You're in Florida and it's snowy there. That's so weird. Hi, Jan. How are you? Jan's from Oregon. So, a few reminders, and then I'm going to get right to my card. If you would like to be a part of my celebration, which will be in early March. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for joining me from Pennsylvania. If you spend $180 with me in January and February combined, you will get to be a part of the celebration in March. I will create a class with 5 projects. Terrific Toadstools is the theme of it. And you know we have that Terrific Toadstools bundle that's in the mini catalog. And we also have the designer series paper that coordinates with it that is in the celebration catalog. So in March, if you have spent $180 or more with me in January and February, January, February. I said that correct. Hi, Imelda. You will get to come either in person or to go to the Terrific Toadstools celebration class in March. So I'm excited to offer that to my very best customers. So think about getting those orders in. It doesn't have to be 180 all at once. Hi, Linda Verts. It can be in 3 orders of 60 if you would like. Next, that's gone. I need to get rid of that. If you would like to join my team, I would love to have you. Some great deals going on in Stampin' Up right now. I've talked about them every day, but regardless, let me tell you something. There is no bad time to join and start getting your 20% off. So think about that. And if you have any questions about joining a team and what that means, it means no strings attached. It means you can cancel or quit anytime you want. Of course, I want you to stay with me for as long as you possibly can, but no pressure. You never have to do what I'm doing. You don't have to do Facebook Lives. You can just be a happy little shopper and get your 20% discount. So let me know if you have any questions about that, okay? Now, I'm going to go to my hands. Hi, everybody. I'm going to show you a beautiful suite that is only available online. It's one of our online exclusives, and this is what I'm going to be using for my card today. This card was designed by my friend Monica. We have been collaborating on our 30 days of Facebook Lives. Every other day, we're using each other's projects, and this one is beautiful. I think you're going to love it. So I'm going to go down to my hands here. Here we go. So the Mixed Media Suite has 2 bundles. One of them is called the Mixed Florals Bundle. This is a beautiful set of flowers, big bouquets, right? Little ladybugs, some greenery in there. And it comes in a bundle with these dies. So obviously the dies cut out everything that's in here. But they also give you this greenery background die here as well, okay? We're not using those dies today. We're just using the stamp set. So here's the stamp set, coordinates with those dies. And then they have a label stamp set. You get some cool, fun labels with some detail in them and great sentiments, right? You're pretty wonderful with sympathy. I'm so glad we're friends. For a great friend, your kindness made my day. Thank you. Happy anniversary. Great sentiments there. We're going to use one of those today. We're not using the dies, just the sentiments. Then it also comes with this 3D huge embossing folder, and this is called Painted Plaster, I think. Let me look that up real quick. Has plaster in the name, I know for sure. Plaster. It is called Plaster Painting. So I had it backwards, but that's the name of it, Plaster Painting. And it's big. It's one of those bigger embossing folder. Sorry, I lost my way when I went to go look for that. And it's really super fun. It gives fun texture to the background. It also comes, the suite comes with these embellishments that are called, I think this is funny, low profile embellishments, low profile dots. They're keeping a low profile. They got their sunglasses on, right? So, but really super soft, pretty, like petal pink, and then a gold as well. Okay, and then this is the designer series paper. I think this piece is actually super fun. Obviously, it would be great. Let me try to zoom out a little bit so you can see all of it. There you go. It would be great for scrapbooking, right? But you could cut pieces of this off and it's going to be beautiful on cards as well. Then the back side of that is just looks kind of like that plaster watercolor paper on the back. Okay, then this is actually the piece we're using today. It's got some garden green, flirty flamingo, boho blue in there. Petal pink is in there, very pretty. The back side is that garden green. Look at this one. Isn't that gorgeous? I can't wait to play with this one. The color is amazing and so pretty. I love that one. And the back side of that is a petal pink stripe. This one, I love all the green in that. It looks like there might be some peach pie in that as well. I'll tell you the colors. But then the back side of this is just a black and white. There's several black and white backgrounds in here, so I'll show you all of those. This one, isn't that pretty? It's also black and white. You could color this, you could leave it the way it is, whatever you wanted to do. And then the back side, whoa, look at that. That is some bright paper, right? Fun, I love it. I think it's fun. And then this one, how pretty is this? I love this paper. I want a comforter or something in this paper, right? And then the background is a solid black with some blossoms. So lots of things you can do with this paper. And I plan on having a class with it in the near future because it's so much fun. Okay, so let me tell you all the colors in that paper. According to the back side here, it says basic black, boho blue, calypso coral, daffodil light, flirty flamingo, granny apple green, mossy meadow. I thought it was garden. It looks more like garden green to me, I'm going to be honest. Petal pink, poppy parade, and shy shamrock are the colors they mention in there. Okay, so this little dot here is giving you an idea of what we're going to be doing today. So let me pull all this out. Can't wait to show it to you. This is the card that we're making today. I'm going to do some watercoloring with you, show you how to do that using our aqua painters. There's lots of dimension. We've got that embossing folder in the back. We've got several layers here. We've got that DSP right there. And you open it up and it says, "You're pretty wonderful" on the inside. I love it. So let's get started. We are going to start with a card base that is, I'm going to pull all my pieces over here, 5.5 by 8.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. Okay, and then I've taken a piece of that cardstock, same cardstock, boho blue, that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran it through with that plaster painting embossing foil. Isn't that cool? I love the texture on that. So I'm going to add some liquid glue to the back here. And You know what I need to do before that? I'm going to put this on my silicone mat. I need to rough up my edges here. So I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to rough the edges up all the way around this panel just to give it even more texture. It's okay if it tears. It's okay if it rips a little bit because that's kind of the look we're going for. Kind of an aged painting almost, okay? I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And then the same thing on this side. Just rough it all up. Really good all the way around. Okay, now I can put this on. And I think I'm going to use my Seal Plus and just roll this on. Might be easier than trying to attach glue to that embossed panel that's been roughed up, right? Hi, Becky. Thanks for joining me. Glad you're here. Thank you. Here we go. So that panel's going to go right on the front there. Might try to move it really quickly a little bit. Man, I've been struggling lately to get things straight. I don't know what the story is on that. Maybe need new glasses, right? They're coming. I've ordered some. Okay, so there we go. That embossed piece is going to go right there on the front of my card. Okay, now I'm going to grab the DSP here. See, that doesn't look like Mossy Meadow, does it? It looks more like garden green to me. Let me know if you agree with that. Maybe the mossy is in the DSP that has flowers in it. I'm not sure. Okay, so there we go. That piece is going to go right there. This is a 2" by 5 1/4" panel of that DSP. Okay, so now let me put this glue away. Now's where the fun starts. I have 2 panels here of basic white. I'm going to move this out of the way for just a second. I'm going to grab my mat here, and I have a panel that's going to go on the inside that is 4 by 5 1/4, and then I have a panel for the outside that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/2, 2 3/4 by 4 1/2, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, I am grabbing my Stays On Jet Black ink. Now, I don't use this very often. I tend to go to Memento ink, but Stays On is the best ink to use if you're going to color with water or markers. It's an ink that will not run. So I'm inking up this big floral image here with my Stays On ink. Okay, and I'm going to stamp it right here on this smaller white panel, right like that. I'm going to get a really good impression of that. Here we go. Just tend to stick a little bit more. Okay, there we go. And then this small blossom is going to go on the inside, and I'm going to ink it up and put it right here on this side right here. Okay, there we go. Now, before I start coloring these, I'm gonna brush on some boho blue ink, and I'm gonna tell you something about Stays On and photopolymer. It is in your best interest to clean this off right away. So we have Stays On cleaner. I don't have any on me right this second. So what I did is I took a baby wipe and some alcohol. This is a little container that says alcohol. I like it because it pushes the alcohol up instead of you having, and I just clean this really good with the alcohol on the baby wipe. Get all that ink off as soon as I possibly can. Because if you leave it sitting with that Stays On ink in it, it can damage your photopolymer ink stamps. So I recommend let's get that off as soon as possible with some alcohol on a baby wipe. That has always worked for me without any problems. Okay, there we go. That is all clean. All right. Now I've got my brush, my blending brush, and I'm going to grab my boho blue ink pad. I do too, Becky. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Okay, so I don't think I've gone colorblind quite yet, so or have cataracts. So here we go. I just went to the eye doctor. They said I'm doing great. So I'm going to put boho blue on my brush, and I'm going to brush it on this corner right here just to give a little aura of blue sky or something behind it. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take this piece with the flowers, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just brush on, mostly in the middle, around those flowers, this boho blue ink. Is going to add a little sky to the background of our flowers, and we're not going to worry about it mixing with our colors because it's going to look just fine. Trust me. I just did it on that other card, so I know it's going to work just fine. Okay, so here we go. Now, I've got some aqua painters. You can get a package of 3 aqua painters. I have 4 here because I buy a lot for classes, okay? And we're going to color our picture with aqua painters and our ink pads, okay? Now, aqua painters have a canister here. You can see the water, right? You fill it with water. The water goes to the brush, and then you can water paint with it, okay? How many of you out there have played with aqua painters before? Anybody? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your ink pad like this, and you're going to pump it. Close it up good. You're going to pump it together, and that is going to create some ink in the base here, right? Okay, so I'm going to grab it's not the one I want. There's different size tips to all of this, so maybe that is the one I want. Maybe it's this one. Here, let me see here. I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I've got the water in the canister. You can see that. I'm going to pump it, and water is going to flow to the tip here. You can see that happening. Okay, there we go. And so I'm just going to grab it with my brush, and all of these little flowers are just going to get some boho blue in them. Don't worry about it getting outside of the lines because that's the fun of watercoloring, right? Think about Monet's garden and other pictures you've seen that are watercolored. They're very abstract, okay? So I'm getting them in there, but I'm not spending hours trying to keep it in every single petal. I am just coloring, okay? If it looks too dark, you can always add more water. If it looks too thin, like those top ones up there, you can always go back over it again, okay? Right like that. So since I use StazOn ink, I don't have to worry about the outline bleeding, okay? Fun. All right, I'm going to put that off to the side, let that dry, and now I'm going to do the same thing with my big bloom here. I'm going to keep up with that boho blue, and all these little blooms here are going to get a dash of boho blue in them. Okay. This has been fun. It's been therapy for me this afternoon. I have never thought of myself as a very good painter, but I enjoy painting. Seems to calm my nerves a little bit. There we go. So that is all my boho blue. So I'm going to Squeeze this off to the side here like this until all the blue runs off of the tip of the aqua painter, and then I can put this up, grab a Kleenex, dab that, and we're good to move on to the next color. So the next color I'm going to use is Daffodil Delight. Okay, do I need to zoom in a little bit? Maybe there we go. That might help. Okay. Then also, before you close this ink pad, make sure you get all the water out of that lid. Okay. Then you can close it. All right. Daffodil Delight is my next one. Here we go. I'm going to pump that a little bit more. Open it up. There we go. I'm going to grab a different aqua painter. Here we go. I'm going to squeeze some water into that, make a little sauce, and I'm going to color each of these petals on these cone flowers with Daffodil Delight ink. Okay. Go to the big flower up here. This is one that I could have painted and had ready to go when we started, but I think it's worth it for you to see my process here of painting these flowers. Of course, these petals could be, cone flowers come in lots of different colors, bright pinks, I think even purples. This one's going to be yellow though. Okay, there we go. There's my petals. I'm going to put away my Daffodil Delight, clean that water out of that lid and close it. Next, I'm going to my pecan pie here. I need to press on that a little bit more. There we go. Don't need very much ink for the cone here of my cone flower. Squeeze the sides till the water runs to the tip. There we go. And my cone here at the top is going to have that pecan pie ink in it. There we go. Fun, huh? All right. Rub that off over here. There we go. And then I'm going to grab my garden green and do all of my stems. I'm going to come back to that pecan pie in just a minute. Hi, Mary. Hope you're doing well. Sherry, you've watercolored before with aqua painters? Thank you. I think it's super fun. Okay, so struggling to get my green in the cap here. I'm going to need more than that, so I'm just going to keep pressing. I could always use a re-inker too and just put a drop of re-inker in the lid. That would work as well. Okay, so coloring each of my flowers here. So although this has a die set that coordinates with it, we're not using that part of it today. We're just using the stamps today. And you can see even on these stems, I'm not overly concerned if it goes a little outside the lines. That's what watercoloring is all about, right? It's not called do everything exactly right painting. It's called water painting. So that's okay to get outside the lines a little bit on this. There we go. Okay, so now that that is all painted up, let me grab my Kleenex again, get my extra water out of here. If you don't clean off this extra water, it's going to get into your ink pad and it's going to cause problems. I forgot to use a foam use them and always grab my blends. I know, right? You forget about these awesome, aqua painters. They've improved them. They're new and improved for sure. But we forget about some of the old techniques and how beautiful they are, right? So I'm grabbing my embossing gun and I'm just going to hit this and just help it dry a little bit faster for us here. There we go. So pretty, isn't it? And let me hit this one. This one's probably dry by now over here. But I'll hit it with the gun anyway. Get it dry like your blow dryer on your hair, right? Okay, so this inside piece right here, I'm going to set this aside just a second, let it dry a little bit more. I'm going to stamp inside. And what I'm stamping inside is the sentiment from the mixed labels called, it says, "You're pretty wonderful." So I'm going to stamp that in. Yes, that's fun too, to have the watercolor pencil kit, right? And watercolor pencils, you color with the watercolor pencils and then you add water and it makes it look like watercolor. Okay, so this one was one earlier today that I was struggling to get ink out of it. So, oh, what am I doing? I don't need to watercolor. I just need to stamp. Sheesh, you guys. Okay, so "You're pretty wonderful" is going to go right here in the middle of that panel. And then I'm going to adhere this to the inside of my card right here, right? So how many of you had seen this before? It's in the online exclusives part of our store. So we have a whole section called online exclusives. So in the search bar, if you type in online exclusives, they will all, well, it'll pop up and you'll click on products. And all the products that are online exclusives will pop up. Now there'll be a drop down menu there that you can also say from newest to oldest, which is what I usually do. Okay, so here's my watercolored panel with the big flowers. I have a strip of Daffodil Delight that I'm going to add right here to the edge, and it's just going to bring out the yellow in those flowers, okay? But to do this, I'm going to grab my silicone mat. It's going to help me get this adhered really well. I'm going to set my Daffodil Delight panel there. And that is, I cut mine 3/4 by, let me tell you, 3/4 by 4. 3/4 by 4. Now I'm going to attach this. I found this to be the easiest way to get a straight edge right there, is to put this on top of the Daffodil Delight. So I put my glue on the edge here and then just laid it on top, and then we get a really nice straight edge. This is going to get popped up right here on the front. And quite a few dimensionals, because the watercoloring kind of makes this paper a little flimsy. So these dimensionals are going to give it some stability on the front of my card. Oh, almost put that on upside down. Never done that before. Those of you who've been here for a while with me know that that's a lie. Okay, so there we go. So what I'm going to do right here in this corner is I'm going to bring out this Flirty Flamingo right here. So I'm pulling in my Baker's Twine 3-color pack. You get Flirty Flamingo, Lemon Lolly, and Balmy Blue in this. And I'm just going to grab a string of it make a little faux bow. There we go. So I'm just looping it around my fingers. Here, I'll show you in the camera. I think I was off camera. So I just take it and roll it around a couple of times. That is probably enough. I probably don't need to have this little strip right here. I'm going to take this and attach it right here to the side of my flowers, but I'm going to use some tear and tape to hold it in place. I'm going to go this way, horizontal with it, because then my label will, go cut this off the edge just in case, will cover that up. My sentiment label that I'm going to put on the front is going to cover that up. I want to get this a little more together. There we go. And then I can pull these little threads apart here. Okay, there we go. Now I have a piece of crumb cake that is 1 inch by about 2.5, but I might end up cutting this down a little bit. So crumb cake, 1 inch wide, about 2.5 inches long. And I'm using the stamp from that Mixed Media Labels. And this one says, "Your kindness made my day." Now, this would make a great sympathy card, anniversary card, right? You could use any of the sentiments in that mixed label set. There we go. "Your kindness made my day." And this is going to get attached right here on the front, right over that ribbon, that baker's twine. So let me grab some dimensionals. Put that away. I'm going to move that one a little bit. Looks like it's going off the edge just a tad. There we go. And a couple on this side right here. Yes, you can. You're right, Sherry. You can use colored pencils, the watercolor pencils with your blender pens, or with the aqua painters, both. It works with both of them. This time we just used the ink pad and an aqua painter for this card. So "Your kindness made my day" is going to go right here on top of that string. And last thing is I'm going to add some of those low profile dots. And I could have easily done the pink, but this time I focused on these gold ones. I think it brings out the cone in the cone flower. There we go. I'm going to put one right there. I'm going to put one over here on this other side. Maybe up there. And then I have one that I'm going to put on the label down here. And there's 2 sizes, but for this one, I'm using the large size on all of them. Okay. So here we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little watercolor mixed media floral suite. Isn't it so pretty? Hi, Diane. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining. You snuck in here. Maybe you said hi and I didn't see you. So here's the outside. "Your kindness made my day." Watercolored with ink pads and aqua painters. And then inside it says, "You're pretty wonderful." So I hope you guys love that card. Again, that Mixed Media Suite is in the online exclusives. The entire suite, which includes both bundles, the embossing folder, the low profile dots, and the paper, is $128. So if you bought that, you could get 2 celebration items for free. So that's a pretty fun deal, right? Okay, so I'm going to go over here, come back to me. Thanks for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow, probably in the morning. And I will let you know with the Magic Penguin on my Facebook page. I'm guessing it'll be around 10 o'clock, but we'll just have to see how the day goes. So, God bless. Thanks for watching me. I love that you come and spend time with me every day. And we have not very much more time, 8 more days of Facebook Lives until January is over. So, God bless everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.